not result, sir, sa more rice importation?
Yes.
Sunod-sunod yung
I think so. Unfortunately, I just received a report from the DA. Mukhang madadagdagan ng importation natin. We will import close to 4.5 million tons. Nag 3.9 tayo last year. Ang upper estimate is 4.5. But we have already in place the prices of rice, imported rice has gone down significantly since last year. So, and we are not in competition like during the El Nino period. During the El Nino period, tinamaan lahat ng ASEAN countries. Kaya tumaas ang presyo kasi lahat namimili. Dito, dahil siniswerte tayo lang ang tinatamaan. Tinamaan tayo, so we're not competing. So the prices are staying at about 400 plus, $400 per ton. So that's still that will so our imported rice should be at that price. Titignan natin, of course, we'll do everything to control the price of all the food, especially all of those products that have been damaged or destroyed by the people. We have to, ang una natin ginagawa ay we have to redistribute our assets na ginagamit natin para sa mga nakaraang bagyo na mostly dumaan ng Northern Luzon. So yung ibang asset na yan kailangan dalhin sa mukhang tatamaan na naman ng big, pati Region 8, pati Region 5, mukhang tatamaan ulit. And then back naman dito sa Region 2, Isabela, Cagayan. But also Central Luzon kasi pati NCR mukhang so we have to reposition many of our assets to make sure that at least in the search and rescue phase that we are ready or we have our assets available. The LGUs are being continuously informed about the weather situation together with guidance and instructions on what to do. The airlift capability for pagdala ng mga gamit for search and rescue, mga relief goods, etc. ay mukhang nakahanda naman. The airlift, pati na yung mga barko na nagdadala ng mga relief goods. Ang aking nakita na medyo bago at naiba doon sa mga nakaraan ng bagyo, yung storm surge. Kung naalala ninyo, ito ang napakadelikado dahil noon, nung nagka-storm surge tayo, lalong-lalo na ng Yolanda, ay hindi natin alam kung ano yung storm surge. Ngayon, alam na natin. So, lessons learned from the previous typhoons where we have had storm surges. It seems to be a significant one because if we're talking about 3 meters, that's almost 1 floor. So, kailangan talaga nating abisuhan ang mga LGUs natin na nakikita natin na makaabutan ng storm surge. So, this is what we are concentrating on. We have very little time to do it because ang forecast is that we will start feeling the storm by tomorrow. Kasi hindi naman not necessarily yung mata ay pumasok na. Kahit na yung sa gilid pa lamang umuulan na yan. The rainfall is going to be comparable to maybe pristine and marshy. And we hope that that's why we are doing all that we can to warn people to prepare. So that's what we have done for the arrival of Pepito.
This is the fifth typhoon, sir, yung Pepito.
I'm sorry?
If ika-5 or ika-6 na bagyo na itong 6, medyo marami na yung agricultural loss natin. Are you
Malaki.
bothered na yung food security ay maapektuhan at yung presyo ng bigas?
I don't know. No, in terms of food security, we're all right. But marami talagang nasisira. Ang dami nang nasira na palayan, ang dami nasira na tanim. We will just have to compensate for that. Dahil we just came out of El Nino na although during the El Nino time we had the highest production pa rin for that season. Pero ito talaga sinisira talaga yung tanim. So that's going to be something be something that will require attention.
This will not result, sir, sa more rice importation.
Yes. I think so. Unfortunately, I just received a report from the DA. Mukhang matadagdagan ng importation natin. We will import close to 4.5 million tons. Nag 3.9 tayo last year. Ang upper estimate is 4.5. But we have already in place the prices of rice, imported rice have gone down significantly since last year. So, and we are not in competition like during the El Nino period. During the El Nino period, tinamaan lahat ng ASEAN countries. Kaya tumaas ang presyo kasi lahat namimili. Dito, dahil siniswerte tayo lang ang tinatamaan. Tinamaan tayo, so we're not competing. So the prices are staying at about 400 plus, $400 per ton. So that's still so our imported rice should be at that price. At titignan natin, of course, we'll do everything to control the price of the food, especially all of those products that have been damaged or destroyed by Pepito. Not only Pepito, the whole series of typhoons that have come. 6 typhoons in 3 weeks. Never in the history. Nangyari na raw yun eh. 1946. In 1946. It happened in 1946. But in my lifetime, I haven't seen it. Siguro kayo din. Since just after the war. So, we're back to that. So, we just have to deal with it. All right, thank you.
Mr. President, I only have 3 slides. If you can pull up the 3 slides. Mr. President, just like what the OCD people did, we contextualize it in the point of view of starting with Christine. Just for everybody's information, Mr. President, October 19, our national stockpile of family food packs stood at close to 2.1 million. Now, right after Christine and Leon, that number dropped to 1.3 million nationwide. Now, these numbers, Mr. President, are not static because while we do pre-position, we also produce in our warehouse simultaneous. So, for the total 5 storms, Christine, Leon, Marce, Nika, Ophel, we release a total of 1.6 million. So theoretically, if the number was static, ang matitira na lang sa atin, 2 million less 1.6, dapat nasa 400 na lang. But it doesn't work that way because every day we produce from out of our repacking center in Pasay. Then we opened another center in Central Luzon. And then one in Visayas is running that supplied Bicol, actually. Now, Mr. President, again, we are now in the stage where we pre-position, we produce, we dispatch, all at the same time. We produce and respond at the same time, in short. Next slide. Now, Mr. President, we tried to ascertain saan dadaan si Pepito, and these are the areas where we reinforce the pre-positioning. So for Region 1, we're back to its original strength of 91,000 pre-positioned family food packs. Region 2 is only at 18,000 because nagre-release pa rin sila up to now. That whole operation will end for Ophel by Sunday pa, Mr. President. Because as we speak right now, we're still getting a lot of requests for augmentation from local government units. So what's happening is we send, they release, we send, we release. By Sunday, bookend na ho kami for Ophel sa region, for the storm Ophel. Region 3 is at 56. This used to be at 300,000 because, as I mentioned, we're repacking there and deploying to the regions. Now, CAR is at close to its maximum capacity at 52,000. Calabarzon, Mr. President, we focused on Quezon at 30,000. This one we're not worried, Mr. President, because meron pa siyang ibang peripheral warehouses outside that Quezon area. And then Region 5, we brought it back to 98,000. Ideally, it should have been at 150. But Mr. President, meron pa rin kaming sinasagot na early recovery for Christine. That hasn't stopped yet. Now, Region 8 is close to its original at 83,000, Mr. President. So this should sustain us. I mean, ideally, should have been bigger, but this should sustain us for the first impact, and then we'll keep on augmenting as we go along. Ang nangyayari kasi, Mr. President, as I mentioned, we are still releasing for the previous storms while stockpiling and doing everything at the same time. Now, the third slide, Mr. President, are the major takeaways. We maintain a 1.3 stockpile nationwide, especially in Vismin. We're not dropping that. Then we're now utilizing 2 supply lines. Simultaneously, we're producing from Central Luzon, Pasay, and Cebu. But we're already getting our suppliers delivered to us pre-packed. So dalawa na. While we're producing, we're also receiving pre-packed levels. Now, Mr. President, we anticipated that starting this weekend, Saturday till Sunday, our normal Luzon-based production was at 35,000 a day.
Okay.
But next week, we'll hit 85,000. It won't drop at 50,000 kasi we're expecting Pepito to be really bad. So that's why sinabay-sabay namin lahat for next week. So our Luzon-based production or stockpile will be at any given time 50,000 a day, sometimes pa 85,000. Now, from November 13 to December 7, we would have produced close to 1 million family food packs on top of the 1.3. So yung lagi hong tinatanong kung kaya pa ho natin. Kaya ho natin because we just got our QRF and we can produce another 1 million on top of the 1.3 million that's spread nationwide. So we're okay, Mr. President, in terms of family food packs.
What is our airlift capability in these terms now? How many aircraft do we have available to us so that as soon as the storm passes, kung makapasok na tayo?
Yes, sir. Mr. President, we have 3 C-130s available, 1 C-295, one NC-212I, 7 Black Hawks, 2 Huey-2s, 1 Super Huey, and 3 Sokol helicopters. These are in Luzon. In the Visayas and Mindanao, we have 6 Black Hawk helicopters, 2 each in the Visayas Command, West Mindanao Command, and East Mindanao Command.
The ones in Visayas and Mindanao, where are they? Where are those assets now?
They are in Cebu. And,
They're only Cebu.
Yes, Mr. President.
Yeah.
We also have Seacraft available, Mr. President. We have 5 Navy ships available and about 129 rubber boats available nationwide, Mr. President.
Well, okay. We'll just have to do what we can. What's very, very critical, and the LG is going to need that information, is information, that they know what's going to happen. People know, the executives, the officials, down to the village level, the barangay level. Alam nila yung mangyayari, what to anticipate. So they can do. Then we also provide guidance and say, ito yung gawin ninyo, as much as possible. So that's what we should do. So can we get that done today? Well, sa LGU, as long as you get all the information out, padala mo na sa kanila. Send it to the phones of the mayors, send it to the phones of the governors para meron na silang kopya. Hindi na sila kailangan maghanap. Tayo magpadala ng mga information na ganito. Padala natin sa mga telepono ng mayor at saka governor. Tapos, pwede na nilang i-print out yun, gamitin na nila. Oo. Yeah, let's get as much information to everybody as quickly as possible. When can we complete that package? In the warning package, the package that we will send via email, via Facebook, whatever. All, in fact, not whatever, all of them. Gagawin natin with.
This afternoon, sir, we're ready.
You have it ready.
Yeah, we are continuously warning and updating, sir.
Okay, all right.
It's a constant.
So provide the
It's a
DILG.
constant thing.
So provide the DILG with all that information so that they can disseminate it as
And,
to everyone.
and together with the local government units and the Office of Civil Defense, the likely scenario that we have developed at the Manila level, they have developed it translated into worst case scenario, sir. So that including all of the hazards that has been mentioned over here. So our worst case scenario is the one that you've seen, the one that was sent to you by the Secretary of National Defense for CAR, and all of the regions has their worst-case scenario already developed.
Okay, well, again, yes, just keep doing that. Watch out for the storm surge. Continue what we're doing for the relief goods. Our assets for rescue, search and rescue, being placed. The local governments, alam naman nila, sanay naman sila. Alam nila ang gagawin nila. Basta sabihin mo, may parating. Alam na nila ang gagawin nila. Okay, I think we've attended to most of the basics. Is there anything else that we need to be worried about? All right, thank you very much.